Hi players, bonjour from Geneva, my name is Asaf Hirsch and welcome to my channel Easy Board Games. Today we're going to have a preview overview for a new game that is coming to Gamefound that is called Roblins, that was designed by Peter Tirish and the artist is Jan Roth. And let's dive into this table and understand what Roblins is all about. Roblins is basically a card game for two players that in its essence is a tower defense. A player is going to lose in this game if they have lost all of their treasure cards that we can see right over here for the red player and for the green player. Now, starting with the red player, each player is going to take a turn that consists of a few phases. Now, we'll try not to go too much into the details, even though that's kind of my thing in this channel, to teach people how to play, but I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet. So in the first phase, we're going to have the preparation phase where we're going to basically take the defenders back into our supply that we have over here, back to our reserve, sorry. Then we're going to draw 3 cards in any combinations that we would like. And we have over here 3 types of cards. We have over here the terrain, we have units, and we have the special units. So after a player has taken into their hand 3 of those cards, and again, doesn't matter which combination, they will be able to acquire them with the gold that they have in their hands. That is, of course, the hidden information that we have from the other player. So we have 3 types of coins over here, 3 types of treasure cards. One is with the value of 1, then with the value of 2, and the value of 3. So after we have decided which card we would like to buy and of course pay for that price, then we're going to go on and place the terrain. So basically what happens over here in this game that players are going to try and kind of attack the other player's treasure pile that we have over here. But for that, they will have to go through some paths and also some defenders. So as you can see, we have over here 3 roads basically. This one is the extension of the road that we have over here. Then this card we can play here if we would like, or over here. But in any case, we're going to try and defend the treasure pile that we have over here. Then later we'll be able to place some support cards. So basically that's a different type of unit that we'll be able to place over here in the 3 spots that we have at the bottom of the treasure pile. Then the units that we have bought we'll be able to place in our reserve. Then the second phase is going to be the declaration phase, where we're going to say which of the units that we have we're going to place as a defender, and that has to be at the end of a road. So basically right now this goblin is going to defend the road that we have over here, and we can put this one right over here, again just for the example. And also we'll need to declare the attackers. So this is the beginning of the game, but you know, usually you're going to have a little bit more of cards in your reserve. And if no, it's totally okay, because not all the time you have to attack. You'll be able to also skip that phase. So the next phase is the attack, and if we want to attack, we can see that basically each road, and again we have a lot of different terrains over here. Some of them are going to do more damage or more things to the other player. But basically, again, just for the example, if we have this card over here and I'm sending a unit, in order to pass through this terrain, I will have to pay 1 gold. If I don't have 1 gold, I will simply not be able to pass over there. Then we can see that at the top we have like the hit points, which is also kind of the damage, if that makes sense. So if this goblin would like to move over here, the path that is going to do to him -1 damage, actually 1 damage, sorry, is going to knock out this goblin and he will go back to our reserve. We will not be able to use it anymore. But this road that we have over here is kind of burned, because each type of unit or terrain can do damage only 1 time per turn. So if I would have had another unit, for example, that I would have sent to attack, then the next unit that I'm sending, again, let's say that this was in the reserve, can go directly into the treasure, and then depends on the amount of damage that we're doing, I will be able to steal some gold from the enemy, and of course later use it in order to do, again, buying one of the cards that we're going to draw. Then later we'll need to take back the attackers and draw coin cards from our own treasure. So you got it right, you are losing if you're going to run out of gold. But also the thing is that you have to draw gold from your deck in order to buy more cards. So it's, I don't want to say like push your luck, but it might be a little bit, because you never know what are the values of the gold that you're going to receive over here. Again, we have here the value of 2, the value of 1, and later deeper into the deck we're going to have also, let me find it, also 3 gold value of a card. So that is something that we'll be able to use as well. But again, the first player that is running out of the cards right over here will be considered as the losing side. Now, so far, it sounds, yeah, that seems kind of easy, maybe a little bit too simple, but we have over here something that is a bit more complicated than that, because we're going to have here different kind of goblins, actually. So again, we have here a lot of cards. I'm really not going to go over all of them, but what you can see over here at the bottom part of the card, for example, is what is the type of the goblin that we have. Then they're going to have some bonuses or effects in different types of terrain. As you can see over here, we have water, we have over here mountains. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, this type of tile combines between mountains and water. So you can see that from kind of a simple looking game, we're opening up here a lot of options. On top of that, with the special units that we have, we're going to have again different types of goblins that we have. Let me find another one. This one, for example. So it's not only basically about the goblins that you're going to acquire in order to attack the enemy. It's also actually the goblins that you're going to put in the support. For example, we have over here, where was the archer? I just saw it. There you go. We have over here the archer, so you can place him right over here, and then it's going to give you some bonus. Again, I promised myself, Asaf, know how to play in this video, but this is, I think, in general, very, very in general, how Roblins is going to be played. Since this is, if it wasn't obvious until now, this is a review copy, so obviously things that you're seeing in this video might be a subject for change and blah, blah, blah. Guys, this is not the first YouTube video that you're seeing for a board game. So let's start, even though it's not really going to be, I think I'll be a little bit uncomfortable to say this is a first impressions, because I've played this game only 1.5 times, okay? Just to be super clear on that. So everything that I'm saying from this point onwards, take with a grain of salt, as they say. So let's start first of all with the ease of learning the game. At least that I can attest for, right? This is a simple game to learn. Pay attention that a simple game to learn doesn't matter that the decisions over here are going to be super simple. I'm not saying that this is the deepest game I've ever came across with, but in any case, it is quite easy to understand the rules just from reading them. Obviously, you might have a few questions or need to understand how the different goblins are going to activate or what are their special powers. But again, I think that throughout your first game, even you will not need to really finish it. You'll already understand what this game is all about and how to run it a little bit more smoothly. On top of that, the setup is extremely quickly, okay? I think that not even 5 minutes and you have a game that is ready. Basically, it's a card game and you don't have here a lot of types of cards, okay? So 5 minutes, I was generous, okay? With opening nicely the box and putting 5 minutes tops and you got a game. Let's talk a little bit about what I have seen from the gameplay, okay, what do I like over here, maybe what I can see other people not liking over here. So in general, you guys, this is a small card game, okay? I'm not even sure this is really going to be the size of the box and the printing. I'm not so sure that I'm seeing the necessity of this type of box because, and I'm sorry, again, it's going to be a little bit messy inside, but again, a review copy. As you can see, you have this kind of carton to hold the some amount of cards that you have in the inside. But I do hope that the final product that we're going to have is going to be a little bit smaller, because I really don't see why do we need such a size of a box. But on top of that, this is a cute card game that is a little bit misleading, okay? The cover is a little bit cute, you know, it's just a card game, you know, we're going to place in some tiles. There is depth over here that I did not expect. Okay, I'll be honest with you. Again, I'm not saying that this is the deepest game that I've ever played in my life, but I do remind you that this is a cute card game that is doesn't have a lot into it. And what I mean is that there's not too many rules. There's not 1 million types of cards. You have terrain, units, special units, and your treasure pile. Go, you know. So it took me a little bit by surprise by actually how much, like, again, if we take it in proportions, how much depth you have in this type of card game. Now, again, I remind you, don't have a lot of experience with this game. I cannot talk about the replayability, for example. So I have no idea about that, but I do want to play this game a little bit more. I would like to see how does it go. I would like actually to see if there is a possibility to actually increase the player count. I mean, it is going to be considered just for 2 players, but I can see some things changing here maybe in the future if the campaign will be successful and if there is going to be demand for this game. I can definitely see how it's going to grow. So I think that this is the most positive point that I have over here, that from such a simple, small card game, you're going to have actually a lot of depth, and it's kind of cool to see with the progression of the game, how you're going to have more tiles and how you're going to protect your treasure, and the enemy is going to try and surpass all of that. So this is something that is very positive. I liked it. I think that at the end of the day, I don't know if there's something really here that I don't like. I think that this is going to be good for specific kind of players, okay? If you enjoy the lighter kind of games, then this is something that might be interesting for you. Again, this is not 100% tile laying kind of game. It's a mix between doing that and building your, I really want to be careful over here, small kingdom or something like that, small land, and also of a tower defense because you are going to be attacked by your enemy. So there are different ways to do it, and I think that different strategies will be able to be applied over here in this game. Again, I cannot talk about the replayability, but I do feel that you're going to have here more than just a few games, especially if you're going to try and explore some different strategies, and especially if, again, one day in the future, there is going to be an expansion for this game. And I'll be honest with you, I do think that this is something that we're going to see a little bit in the future, because I think that this game is going to surprise us a little bit. So again, guys, this is not a review. I will try to do a review for this game if the campaign will be successful, and I will play it a little bit more times, and I will be able to actually tell you if I think that the replayability here is good. I have no idea what is the price of this thing, so I cannot tell you if the production value is actually worth it or not. Again, really I'm sticking to the preview overview kind of sides that I have over here, but if everything will go well, crossing fingers, because this is a small publisher and we're always for small publishers, right? Then yes, in the future, I will try to play this game more times, so I'll be able to tell you what exactly I think about it and have a proper review for Roblins. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you learned something new or saw something that you like, feel free to subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free and it's a huge way to help me out. Good luck for Peter. I hope everything will be okay. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.